You're blowing it.
We're here.
You got it looped.
How do I unloop it?
Hit that. Now delete it. Now start and roll. Look at me producing from the fucking driver's seat over here.
Oh,
seat.
man.
We gotta practice. We need some practice.
No one was in here.
No, it's okay.
Now there's 1,200 people in here.
All about the numbers, dude.
Yeah, we're big numbers guys. All right, Pot of Gold, welcome back. Early edition. I don't know what is today. Tuesday. We're going live at about 5:30. I'm sorry to the people on Twitter. I promised 5. That was a little ambitious. We forgot that the producer Grant has a new computer that doesn't work, so we had to work through some things. And now we're on his hat, which is fine.
Yeah.
Mike, how
we don't want to mute that camera out. We'll just throw a hat lid on it.
That was just easier.
Doing good.
How we feeling?
Good.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Great time. Great birthday.
Great po' boys.
Excellent. I'm feeling good.
I thought you were just going to be like, all right, Seton.
No, I'm just saying we're recording early in the day, but we're also late. All right. We've had a lot of people reaching out. Hey, where are you guys? Holidays and birthdays, so we took a couple weeks, but we wanted to wait till the portal is relatively, obviously
college football is over.
College football is over. It's a good time to come back, talk about this incredible class that Lane is putting together.
Who's starting at shortstop?
We'll
is that
get
not
there.
what we're doing tonight?
No,
okay.
That's Stephen Milam now. That's easy one. Easy one, Bob. Who's first?
Zach York.
Not as easy.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, so Mendoza and Indiana, Signetti.
It's crazy. Like, even the whole game, I felt like Indiana was going to win. And then as like that interception happened, I was like, holy shit, Indiana.
Yeah.
Just won the national championship.
Well, watching both of those teams, it's like, this is where we are. Like, I know we've been waiting for this. It feels like 6 months for this game to get here. But being able to watch that and looking at the colors and, the different helmets, and it's just so, I don't know, it just feels good to have a variety.
It feels like we're in a new era of college football, and I'm sure some of that has to do with us feeling like the Lane Kiffin thing is going to be great and the best 5, 6, 7 years of LSU football. But I don't know. You just settled in, and it wasn't like, well, Bama Clemson or Georgia this. It was just, I don't know. It felt different. It also kind of didn't feel like a title game because you're like, shouldn't someone else be here?
It's like, oh, no, they all lost.
But, shout out to Signetti.
Shout out to Signetti.
Last year,
story,
I kind of thought it was
it.
mildly fraudulent. It was like, obviously, you've done a great job turning this program around, but you didn't really play anyone, and you kind of got bullied by Notre Dame, and they did a lot of bullying this year. So,
everybody.
Credit to them.
Body bags. Signetti just with an incredible team. I will say this about the announcing yesterday by Kirk and Kirk Herbstreit and Fowler. They talked a lot about like, well, look at this team. It's not about building with 5 stars and, the best guys in the portal. You pick and you choose, guys that you can develop or underdogs that really have something to prove. That's the new model. This is what we have moving forward. It's like, I appreciate that the model that Signetti used showed you it can be done that way, but make no mistake, Quinshon Judkins or no, it wasn't Judkins, but Ohio State last year putting together that team. Maybe it was Judkins
Yeah, I was
last
going
year.
to say, I'm pretty sure he
Will
was on the
Howard
team.
and Judkins
Yeah.
and Caleb Downs, and buying that roster certainly ushered them into the national championship. So it can be done both ways. It's about coaching. And I think Cignetti is an awesome coach. He's got a great staff that he put together. They're going to be a team that's going to be in the conversation every year. I think LSU putting together this elite portal class is nothing to be like, well, hopefully Lane can get all these prima donnas together. I think this team could still, on talent, win many, many games and be in the playoffs next year.
Well, and I think it kind of goes into a little bit of the transfer portal era where Indiana realized that they're not going to get a lot of these 18-year-old number one athlete, best wide receiver. So they looked at experience, and the memes went around that their average age was like the same as the Green Bay Packers, but like it shows you that there's a way to do this without, just like how the spread was kind of developed because these teams couldn't recruit these giant guys. They found a way to beat it. This is another one that's like, well, sure, these 18, 19-year-old dudes are really freaking talented, but a lot of times having a 23-year-old who's been doing this for 5 years
experience
and just
is
more
huge.
old man strength
Reps.
experience is like a viable option. So I am curious to see. Again, I think a lot of it has to do with coaching. Like, obviously, these dudes weren't the highest rated guys and kind of like, broken off from here. It's like, Mendoza was from Cal. It's not like it was the USC five-star quarterback, Sam Levitt.
Longstreet, backup.
So it's like you still have to coach them up, but that is a path to compete against the teams like LSU and Bama and Georgia who are cleaning up the high school recruiting world. And obviously they're doing some of it too, but it is interesting. It's like, I don't know, football, for better or for worse, playoff, no playoff, transfer portal, like college football is significantly different than it was a few years ago.
100%. Everything's kind of come full fold, right?
And no one's had a better portal class in the history of the portal as Lane Kiffin. He said it himself.
Word for word. Quote him. You can quote him. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. We need to talk about this portal. I know we can talk about Indiana. And
no, I'm done with that. I think that's Miami, a perfect transition into the LSU section. It's good to have Miami back. We've talked about this for years.
Yes, Miami. It feels like we're full circle.
Yeah,
we're except for USC not being like a top dog. But
I think they'll get there.
But Texas is back. Miami's back. Michigan is
potential.
They won a national championship 2 years ago. It's like we're seeing flavors.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's good because college football is by far the best sport. And when you mix
the NFL playoffs have been really freaking
NFL
good.
Playoffs are up there, right? But the season doesn't hold a candlestick.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold a candlestick.
Not even two turtle doves.
Don't ruin the regular season of college football. And I think the NFL already has playoffs over you.
Yeah.
The playoffs suck in college football right now.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday was an amazing game, but it's like a month too late. Like I was kind of over it. I agreed with people saying that, right?
Yeah.
If you can find a way to either make the playoffs better or just never F with the regular season, right? But I think trying to improve the playoffs will inevitably screw up the regular season.
100%. And it's already been there some when you have 3 lost teams that are arguing over who's the best 3 lost team. And Miami was one of the last spot in the whole dance.
That D-line was crazy.
And they were one pass away from winning the whole thing. So
you look at the teams that went far and that pulled it off. It was just elite trench warfare.
Yeah.
Elite trench warfare. Like the defensive line for Miami was lights out, but Indiana's offensive line never stopped punching.
Yeah.
They didn't slow down. They didn't have hands on the hips. Woe is me.
Undersized, but out technical. Like it was fun to watch. It was like kind of those different schemes going up against each other. I mean, I think they said that Miami had like a 30-pound difference across the line of scrimmage. And it didn't really show a ton of times.
Yeah, I mean, next season, Tony coming back is going to be, obviously a superstar out there at Miami. Darian Mensah, who went to Duke, is transferring to Miami. They're now suing.
Yeah, he's in a court hearing.
Yeah, a lot of hearings. we've got Chambliss talk we're going to get into in a little bit here, speaking of court hearings. But no, it was physicality, and it was like relentless swarming to the football, all that good stuff. So it makes me excited to have the offensive side of the ball established with Lane, and really all the focus be on what can Baker do with all of these new tools and the existing tools that he was able to retain from the portal. That's enormous.
Yeah.
To be able to go down and be like, hey, no, Weeks is back. Pickett's in. Woodland's back. Spears is back. Go down the line.
Harlan
McKinley, Relaford.
Yeah.
Like, your guys on defense are ready to perform. Keelan Moses. Breaker came back. These guys had an opportunity to say, you know what? I don't see the future here. But they didn't. They said, I see it here. I want to be a part of this. If our offense is halfway decent, I know that my coach on the defensive side of the ball is going to have us ready. That's good confidence to come into, because you already have the confidence in Portal King coming into the offensive side. Is this bizarre? Is this out of control and kind of crazy right now to feel like Brian Kelly's seasons at LSU were like a decade ago, and we're already next year? Like, I know we just wrapped up the national championship, but in my head, the past month, I'm memorizing these wide receivers. Like, we're just completely flipping this roster. We need to start looking at next year. We're going to be pretty good.
And that's the thing, watching a lot of these playoff games. And look, I don't know that, Indiana, maybe you could say, is in their own little world, at least for this season. But watch every playoff game I watched, I just sat there and I was like, if you give me 80% of what Ole Miss's offense was under Lane, with the defense I watched for most of the season when we were healthy-ish, it's like, why the fuck wouldn't we be in the mix with all these teams?
Yeah.
It's my expectations have gone through the roof, and it's not necessarily a single guy in the portal. It's just knowing that, like, the defense is going to be if it just is what it is for most of the season last year, probably, maybe get a little bit better. Hopefully Weeks can stay healthy. It's like, all we need is a competent offense, and we're going to have much more than a competent offense. The nice thing is, if Levitt's foot's hurt, or Levitt is, some of the tweets you see about character issues and all that shit is actually true. And it's like, oh shit, we're screwed. Nope. We got a 5-star and then some dude from Elon who can just like sling the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
We have like 7 running backs now.
Yeah. They had, who was the one from Hawaii? I was hearing him in an interview.
The receiver, Jackson Harris.
He said he's been hanging out with the Elon kid and Hussein. He's like, they both just have cannons. He's like, my hands hurt from catching balls from them right now.
So what is Sam going to do at practice? Like, roll up in his wheelchair and be like, I'm still the guy.
With a roll-up.
With a $6.5 million.
And he's going to roll up in his Bentley.
Just flicking it from the scooter.
No, probably. I mean, it's a good problem to have. And it's like, this could be slipping into just complete delusion, but it's like, from the tape I've watched of this Elon dude, I'd be like, he'd be fucking legit in Lane's offense. Like, he could play this year, and I would be maybe
we
not
were all
like
kind of
the most warm
and
fuzzy, but I would feel confident still going into the season. Trust the process. I believe in the staff. I mean, look, I don't know if we're gonna I don't know where to go from here, but obviously Lane spoke at that like breakfast this morning that got posted.
I was about to say that and say that what I took from it was an interesting comment about de-recruiting these guys. They all come in with an expectation that they're the belle of the ball, that every day is going to be limo drives and police escorts to the governor's mansion. And
now it's like, welcome to reality, son.
Now
you like, signed up for the U.S. Army. Now welcome to it. Yeah.
We bought you for a championship. Like, we didn't buy you to give you all these things and not perform. Performing starts now. Like, get in the film room. Let's bond with our guys, understand their strengths, weaknesses, remove any of the technical issues that other coaches at previous schools would have taught them. Like, just restart. And I think this whole offseason through spring and through fall camp is going to be a complete just reset.
Yeah. And we're not going to see any of it.
Of not just our program, but all of these players. And everyone's going to be buying in at the same time. If you can do that, and there's something about like the history of following this team, even with baseball, you have years where you can identify a roster And when LSU and the whole community is kind of on the same page of like, no, this is the year. Like, I know everyone talks about, oh, it's next year. You. There's periods in time with both football and baseball where you're like, no, this is a really good team, but like, we're not sniffing a championship. This is the type of roster without the cohesiveness and as Mendoza says, the synergistic, energy of the Hoosiers. On paper, this is a team that you would throw in the top 5 if you're looking at rosters.
Well, some people say 7-5 still. So,
well, if Lane Kiffin comes in here and does not get the team to gel, and they're all just collecting a bag, with this schedule, you could go 7-5. That's going to be a testament to coaching. Is when we come out against Clemson and we are clicking, and it's clicking on efficiencies that were learned in one off season. That's going to be enormous, because if you can pull that off week 1, by the time you have to travel to Ole Miss, you're feeling ready. You're feeling good. And on paper, if we get Prince, this team is much better than Ole Miss.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I agree. My kind of takeaway, and look, preface all this with Lane could stab us in the back in 3 years, and obviously this is at a booster breakfast, so you're gonna give a little bit of the robber, all that shit out of the way. It feels like he's almost in awe of LSU, and it's not this
he has to be.
I get it.
He has to be, because Brian Kelly was the opposite.
But
Brian Kelly was here to consult and call everybody, you guys, y'all, that team. Lane Kiffin is like, I can't believe I'm here.
Yes.
Brian Kelly thought it was cool. This is cool.
He thought the program was going to do what it did.
He thought he'd be able to finish on a high note, retiring, and be like, I'm going to sail to the playoff.
He just thought it would look cool to coach at LSU, versus Lane's honored to coach.
Yeah, because he knows he can make his legacy here.
Yeah.
Instead of being the winningest coach at Notre Dame, let me chill at LSU.
It's like the Jay Johnson
Lane
thing.
Kiffin's like, hey, my trajectory is going right here. Let me explode, on the biggest stage possible that's open right now, and we got it. So he's got a lot to prove.
It's just not this my systems, me that I kind of almost anticipated. I don't know if arrogance is the right word, but just kind of the bravado of going into this room and he's working the crowd and everything, but it's very much just it feels different when I step onto the stadium when there's nobody in there. And I don't, we're not going to sit here and compare to Ole Miss and everything, but it just almost feels like he has that holy shit. If I could do this with what the resources and the facilities I had at Ole Miss, this place is a step up, and it's a different world. And again, who cares? I'm not sitting here going to talk shit about Ole Miss. I'm tired of their fans. I'm glad Miami beat them, but it's just, I don't know. There's just this little bit of he mentioned again in this thing that Coach Saban said, it's the best job in the world. And at this point in time, 3 years from now, 2 years from now, it could be a different story. I think he's God, Saban was right.
Mm-hmm.
I am lucky to be here, and I'm not, who knows where he's going to go. But it's just, I don't know. That just I see that and I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Lane's almost
Lane Kiffin,
I got to make good
Lane
on
Kiffin
this.
went out and got Landon Clark, Sam Levitt, and Hassan Longstreet to replace the quarterback room. Out of the gates, who's the best player in the portal?
And almost stole the kid from Washington if it wasn't for a contract.
Yeah. I mean, he was taking whoever he wanted.
Yeah.
With the exception of Sorsby, who seems like it was destined for Texas Tech, whatever. We didn't know about him until probably a month ago.
Yeah.
But the best player in the portal, technically being Sam Levitt, was his guy. Was there other guys not in the portal that maybe he would have jumped on? Sure, we saw it happen. But the best available he got. And here's a guy that he chased down to Tennessee, right? To get his signature to lock him down. Clark was a guy that was highly recruited right now in the portal. Landon Clark is not just a guy that was going to go somewhere and sit the bench. He had opportunities to walk in bigger places and compete for a starting job. Longstreet, though, is the one that just kind of throws this over the top.
It's pretty crazy because it's you can sell me on of course, Lane could get a 1-year deal out of Levitt and backfill it with this dude from Elon that, again, we didn't know his name or knew he existed 12 days ago. But to go get the former 5-star dude from USC after you have these guys in as like a shit, I know this might not be my time now, but I want to be there. That's
Shout out
crazy.
AYS, and Blake says, we're not done yet.
Well, we're not done yet.
No, I know, because we have an opportunity probably tonight to explode on the scene with an offensive line that's set with Jordan Seaton. That's crazy.
I actually almost a few minutes ago gave him a shout out because I was scrolling Twitter right before I came here, and he made me laugh. He said something about like, I keep saying how good LSU is going to be or something, and all Ole Miss fans can say is you used to be fat, and it gave me an audible chuckle.
He's been on it lately.
So
he's certainly on
I
his.
almost brought that up a few minutes ago, and then the time passed, but it did give me a good chuckle as I was walking out the door to come here.
He posted this today.
Yeah, shout out to him. But it made me laugh. It's like your only comeback is you used to be fat. It gave me a chuckle.
No, that's awesome. I wish I had that type of mindset to just do it, but
Oreos taste so good.
They do.
A little birthday king cake.
No, let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about the offensive line that he could potentially get by locking down Devin Harper, pulling him back home, and getting Jordan Seaton. And also the Maryland cat. Goodness gracious.
No.
Yeah. Allowed
Bah.
We're gonna be totally wrong on all this. We'll wait eventually for that to come out. He's a dog. He's a buck.
Yeah.
But the thing you do to reset the culture of an offensive line is you walk in to these places and you land a big fish.
Yeah.
Right? Like, can you imagine going into next season being like, I don't really know, like all these guys have potential if they match it with the right coaching. This O-line should be fine.
Yeah.
But you go out and you land the number one available offensive lineman in the portal.
All of a sudden it goes from not being a problem to being like a weapon.
To being like, that's who you need to marry yourself with, right? Like you look at all these guys that maybe they don't have a ton of experience. You got Jordan Seaton to play next to. You better step it up.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is the example that we have. Now he hasn't signed yet. This is all premature. It's trending that direction, right? He canceled his trip to Oregon, et cetera. It's a very fluid
Miami's
situation.
still in the mix.
But the fact that we are grinding our ass off to make sure we cover our bases with every player that is worthy of walking into that stadium. That is the type of energy. I'm good. That's the type of energy, dedication, and just nonstop work ethic to not only bring us back to a championship, but sustainability. That the Hussein Longstreet situation shows me he is selling longevity.
Yeah.
Right. He said it in his little press deal today, where he talked about what I'm looking forward to is this team that reset it where 10, 20 years from now, we're still happy about LSU. That means he is not just one and done here to check a box on his list.
And hope to be in the NFL coaching search in 3 years.
He wants to leave a legacy of greatness at this school, and he's selling it to backups, and so
he has a lot of respect for Nick Saban. I'm sure they had their arguments and everything, but
it's also a trump card. Were you gonna stop telling me that I shouldn't have left Ole Miss? Saban said so.
Yeah, Nick told me.
He can always say that.
This was the best job.
And everyone just shuts up. They're like, yeah, he did.
Well,
can't really attack him.
If Saban said it.
Can you imagine they're dropping his documentary and they're like, this fucker got Kiffin to LSU. It's like, they'd never do that.
That was I think that was Nick's final, I know I kind of fucked you guys over from having a fun time.
I think he's done patting us. I think he's like, appreciate you guys.
I'm out now. Yeah. You're in Lane's hands now.
Everyone hates me again.
For better or for worse. No, I mean.
Can we talk about how big of a goofball fucking Golding is?
That's your boy.
How? Why?
I knew you were going to get pissed.
Where did that come from? Golding's awful.
No, he invented tweeting out emojis when you get a recruit.
I get standing up for your team and making sure that, all the noise doesn't get in the building and, rah, we're going to do it for everybody here, fuck Lane type of stuff. But man, it got old trying to act like Lane had nothing to do with this season. Look, that was just so stupid to keep doing that.
And I honestly have zero problem with that. It's like, honestly, credit to Pete for kind of keeping the ship afloat with all the shit that was
to say to
going
nobody.
on.
Like, come on.
I'm fine.
You're texting the guy.
I know. I get it. I'm fine with the coach having the fuck you, the boys in the locker room. Like, I'm fine with that. It's just like all these moron Twitter fans who are
crazy.
Just, like the one guy who was like, I don't think Lane wins a Tulane game. It's like, grow up. Grow the fuck up for a minute. It's like, again, I'm completely cool with Pete Golding saying, if you don't want to be here, fuck you. This is my program. I spray painted your office the second you left. Dwight Schrute style like that. I'm completely cool with. But all these people that are just being like, well, I mean, Lane was kind of a dirtbag. It's like the dirtbag you guys defended for 6 years. So it's like, I'm with you, but it's like, as far as Pete goes, like, I think we're going the Mississippi State route more than we're going the interim takes over and everything's great.
Yeah, he's not Vandy.
Speaking of Mississippi State, I saw someone tweet like,
they interviewed Signetti.
Yeah, they interviewed Chris Signetti the same year that Indiana got him.
I like Levy. I look, I don't know that I think Mississippi State is a pretty tough place to win no matter what. I don't know if Signetti would have came in and had that.
Mississippi State.
I like Levy to an extent.
There's no Mark Cuban walking into Starkville and being like, hey, I'll pay for the roster.
But to kind of circle back to the O-line comments and stuff we were talking about a few minutes ago, I still, and maybe this is crazy, but I still to this day think that if we had an above average offensive line, Brian Kelly would still be our coach, and we probably would have been pretty decent this year. And so to fast forward now, where it's like we had those pieces in place, the defense is pretty legit. The offense is mostly a complete overhaul, so it doesn't matter.
We'll talk about them. We'll make some bold predictions that are probably way off.
But it's like in my dumb sports fan brain, it's like, well, if you can just put a half-average offense with what we already had, then we're fucking golden.
Yeah.
And I think Lane is going to only like improve on that and not have, even if we don't have 5 all SEC players on the line, he's going to figure out how to scheme his way into like that not being a complete and total fucking disaster.
I think Levitt is either 12-1 or 15. Is it 15-1 odds for the Heisman already for next season?
Can we bet like 8,000 to 1 on the Elon dude?
Probably.
Like, we fucking knew it.
Longstreet, like we never see Levitt.
We bankrupt Caesars.
That's an incredible class of quarterbacks. Let's talk about a little bit of this roster now, because it's a completely different roster. At quarterback, like we talked about, Landon Clark, Sam Levitt, and then Longstreet. Longstreet's a redshirt freshman. He's going to develop here. It's crazy. 5-star quarterback out of USC.
He could, and again, as much as like we like Levitt, we don't know what this injury is going to do, and like how this is going to be. So it's like this dude may play sooner than like, oh well, he's just here to sit and learn.
A good Levitt, meeting potential Levitt is a Heisman winner.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
I'm big on Sam Levitt. There's a lot of people that are doubting Sam Levitt. When he signed, the light bulb went off. I'm like, I'm all in on Sam Levitt. This is our guy.
I'm in.
The 80s douchebag, the Disney villain, the Karate Kid villain. Like, that's our guy for a season.
I'm in. All I'm saying is that saying this dude is Chase Daniels 2.0 and just coming in here to be a backup, not so fast, my friend, potentially. That's all.
We got a parallel out there, right? I don't know. A guy that you might see from time to time.
That's all. It's just I'm all in on Levitt, but it's like, again, I don't know what his foot's like. I don't know if he's going to be ready week 1 or if it's like lingering.
A lot of message boards and tweets.
Linger, man.
Yeah, totally.
We'll have plenty to talk about this surgery. I think he's going to be okay. Do I think he's going to go in spring and
no.
Throw it around? Maybe like in a 7-on-7 skeleton period where he doesn't have to move much, But
again, our entire season doesn't hinge on this dude's Liz Frank.
Go through the motions and learn this playbook, period. And then
with the towel.
Yeah, absolutely. And then by the time, summer and fall workouts start rolling around, camp, all that good stuff, we see a full go Levitt, right? And we're excited about it. But guess what? If not, we got Longstreet.
Yeah.
And we have Clark. I think Sam Levitt, if he is healthy, he's going to be tremendous for us. He's going to thrive in this type of environment with Lane Kiffin. a lot to prove, chip on your shoulder type of guy, got a lot of doubters. Hey, he might be the number one portal quarterback, but he's still not as good as XYZ, right? We'll see.
Keep him out of the rec basketball leagues.
Harlan Berry and Caden Durham returning.
Yeah.
Very clear from the jump.
Which is interesting because, again, dumb fan perspective, it feels like Harlan Berry is the top of the depth chart here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so it is kind of a weird dynamic.
They didn't announce Caden Durham returning 2 weeks, a week into the portal, right? They did Harlan Berry to make sure they locked him in. But also, this was back in the day whenever Frank Wilson to Ole Miss was, by the way, the Austin Thomas headset against Miami. Like him yelling. It's like, who are you yelling at? What are you doing?
Who's on the other side of that headset?
And then just seeing
I gotta
Kevin
tell
Smith,
you, I haven't thought about Frank Wilson in 2 weeks.
watching Kevin Smith walk back and forth in front of Frank Wilson, like coaching.
Big dog and kind of like,
It was good to see. But this whole time back in those days, we were talking about, hey, the trade is Frank Wilson goes there. Well, we have Kwan Lacey now coming with Kevin Smith. That was a clear cut. It's done. Ole Miss panics and makes sure that they pony up and re-sign, pay $2+
good for them.
For a running back. Great. He's awesome. What happens at quarterback? What happens with paying for your offensive line? What happens with the receivers that are exiting? All that good stuff. That's
they
about
didn't
them.
want them. Honestly, like I've been, as far as Twitter's concerned, they didn't really want any of the guys that hit the portal.
Yeah,
so.
they got JT Lindsey. No, so I think getting Harlan Berry is huge. Obviously, Caden Durham comes back. What can he do with good coaching? Rayson Guillory, Rod Gainey, Dylan Jones, the kid from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They really like him. And then Stacy Gage, the last guy.
The
that
Wisconsin dude is going to be a guy who's just going to like barrel people, and we're going to be like, holy shit. I forgot that we got this starter from Wisconsin because we had our own guys.
The fun thing about watching the playoffs, the NFL playoffs, is a lot of these backs, you're like, where did they go to school? Like, when did they develop? And it's like they blow up in the middle of their college somewhere at, wherever. Like one of these UCF or South
There's
Florida.
not the Leonard Fournettes of the world
There's
as
a few.
much.
There's at times, but there's a plethora of these just middle of the pack running backs that are just buried somewhere and they have talent. Maybe that is a Rayson Guillory. Maybe that is Rod Gainey, Dylan Jones getting buried at Wisconsin, Stacy Gage. We have depth now, so that's exciting to see. Wide receiver is a complete overhaul.
Is there a single? I don't think there's
Phillip Wright. Of all guys.
Excuse me for forgetting that Phillip Wright was still around. That's on me. Hand up, boys.
You get 3 guys from high school, and that's obviously selling kids on the future because
we can't.
Because you've got 10 guys in the I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
I didn't catch your joke.
Selling kids.
Oh, yeah. No, we can't. You can't do that anymore. Maybe in Trump's America in a couple more years.
But Corey Barber, you pull him over, decommitted from Ole Miss because obviously he wanted to be with the better staff. Jabari Mack, who is from Destrehan, who was former teammates with Phillip Wright. Right, we got 2 Destrehan wide receivers, one of them a redshirt freshman, one of them a true freshman, and then Braden Allen, who they really like, a kid out of the Lafayette area. Then you move into the transfers. Jackson Harris was the first one to pop, Hawaii wide receiver. Everyone is very excited about this guy.
Deep threat.
Very big deep threat, the whole bit. Trey Brown is the DBU guy.
ODU.
ODU, not DBU. Old
DBU,
Dominion.
not yet.
Jace Brown. All right, you got to get these names going.
It's too many.
This is the guy I think is going to be the star.
That's the Kansas State guy, right?
Kansas State guy. This is the cat. You put him in this type of offense with these weapons around you, he's going to make some plays. Trades Green's here. He's here. Eugene Wilson III, also known as Trey.
Yes.
Trey Wilson from Florida. He'll be another guy out there. Malik Elzy, depth piece from Illinois. Tyree Holloway. Roman Mothershed, big kid from Troy. And then you got Winnie Watkins.
From Ole Miss.
Going back and watching some of their games, Watkins, as a true freshman, looks like a guy that's going to blossom as a sophomore coming to LSU. That's a full-blown, completely different wide receiver room. And you have like we talked about Trez Green.
And so there is a part of me like deep down that is, I guess bummed might be the best word, that we're not going to see like Aaron Anderson, Kyle Parker, Jelani Watkins, like those guys who we kind of
went through hell with
saw
us.
their potential. There's a part of me that wishes that
they deserve the title.
Yes, they deserve the Lane Kiffin glow up.
Yeah,
but like fuck it at this point. Like we've done a great job of kind of replacing that, and in the portal, like
Lane
there's
and his
a part
staff
of me
had no connection to them to be like, you guys
sure
are good, but I can get better.
But
so
there's just that part of me that's like, God, man, I wish like literally those guys I named to like watch them go like ball out in this offense and like have that LSU success. But at the same time, it's like, well, that's not happening. So we did what we needed to do.
It's interesting because this crop of wide receivers, like the way we talked about last year, the portal that we got, Barian Brown, Nick Anderson, all those guys. I would say we were probably more excited and hyped about those guys versus these guys, but I'm actually more excited about this because
now
like no one's looking at it now because there's no like who's the best one?
No,
I don't feel like there's much separation. They're all pretty
call
decent.
your shot.
It's the days of us having like
who I think the best
who's the best one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the Hawaii guy and the Kansas State guy,
zero Louisiana wide receivers is crazy.
But
no, we've got Phillip Wright, Jabari Mack, Braden Allen. We had 3.
But I just think it doesn't matter now. Like I think we're going to be able to utilize them with the offense and the quarterback that we have, and you have a bunch of guys that are hungry.
Yeah,
Kawan Lacey was like 4th string at Mizzou. It's the Lane Kiffin effect.
Yeah.
Imagine what he's going to do with 5-star Harlem Berry then. Caden Durham, who, as long as we're playing South Carolina, looked like he was a pretty legit running back.
We'll see what happens with a healthy Caden.
Yeah, hopefully his toes are okay.
I like the Wisconsin kid. He's like
Kenny Hilliard, he's in there like third down, just like dropping bodies and stuff. And you're like, holy shit, maybe we should get this dude the ball a little bit.
He's a heavy hitter, but he's also quick. Offensive line, outside of the Bordelon brothers, you keep Braylon Moore, Weston Davis, and Solomon Thomas.
Yeah, that's your guy.
Solomon Thomas is a big hole.
That actually is your guy.
I like Solomon Thomas. I think that's a key piece to keep on this roster. Could have left. Was an Alex Adkins guy, follower, disciple of Adkins.
Late commit in the process.
We keep him. So obviously he is valued in the eyes of the evaluators. For this roster, and he believes that he has a chance to play and develop here. So will be awesome to see. He's going to compete for a starting job. But you also have Devin Harper, I think, is the next big time get there, right? So he's a guy that is from the Shreveport area, goes to Ole Miss after being committed to LSU for some time, plays sparingly as a true freshman this past year. But they had big plans for him. Very upset. They're very upset.
No, they're fine with
Harper.
it. No, they're fine with it.
He wasn't a starter this year.
He sucked anyway. We're going to get Carius Kern for this guy? Yeah, sign me up.
That's fine. Carius Kern, transferring off of emotion. The guy from Maryland, looks like a Ba, like we talked about. Sean Tompkins, the Baylor kid, he'll be pretty good there. I like Stray, the redshirt freshman from Kentucky. And then obviously we have an opportunity to get Jordan Seaton, which would completely reset this whole thing.
Minus Seaton, I'm still a little bit like, yes, but we need injury. Like we need to have some injury.
We also had
we need
nobody
some guys. That's what I'm saying.
For a second there. And then we just started being like, okay, O-line's turn.
But all of a sudden you add Seaton to that, and it's like, John Morant, let's get the bazooka out to celebrate. Fake bazooka, obviously. We would never do that for real.
No, not a bazooka.
Not a bazooka.
I can't go there. We swap.
We got a few tight ends also. I don't know if you're going somewhere
I wasn't
else.
going tight end, but Zach Grace from Oregon takes a good picture.
With Donovan Green out and
we have J.D. LaFleur stayed.
Zach Grace a better blocker than Bauer Sharp?
Yes.
Some people are saying.
I fucking hope so.
So obviously Sharp gone. That means Levitt gets 10, right? He'll wear
guy.
number 10.
Imagine Levitt having to buy number 10 off Bauer Sharp.
Malachi Thomas is the Pittsburgh tight end that we got.
I was going to say, I know there was another one in there.
And then we got a pretty good high school, J.C. Anderson, I think his name is. Yeah. Going to defensive line, we swapped Walter Mathis with Malik Blockton. Interesting trade there. So Walter Mathis, I forgot his nickname. Someone in the chat will probably have it.
Buddy, no.
Let's just wait until someone does. Like that. Don't say another word until someone in the chat gets it.
Well, I can't see the chat.
I know I'm hiding it because we're going to think of it. It's Buddy.
It could be Buddy. I felt like it was more woodsy. Like it's woodsy, something woodsy about it. Anyway,
Hunter Mathis,
like pines. Anyway, anyone got it?
Not yet.
No one's got it. No one's gonna get it.
You got nothing.
You obviously get some badass freshmen. We talked about that.
Buddy, see?
Is it really? All right, good one.
I never had doubt in you, Grant.
Buddy Mathis, I felt like had a lot of good potential. Auburn picks him up. We get Blockton. Stephylon Green is a cat out of Clemson. Hopefully we can get the most out of him. We got Achilles Woods, South Al guy. But you also got Deuce Gerald, Richard Anderson, and then you're returning Dominic McKinley and Brandon Brown, as well as Schoen. Big Schoen Washington is still hanging around.
I saw Deshaun Womack hit the portal, and part of me was like, is he coming back? Is he coming back?
They were a little upset about that one. They were a little upset about that one.
Yeah, because not only is he gone, Prince is about to be gone too.
Well, we're paying like $1 billion for him, Mike. So like there's nothing that makes me happier than people. And look, shout out to the people on Twitter who like go dig up the receipts, but it's like the linebacker that I'm sure you're going to get to, Doty, whatever, Daughtry, whatever his name is.
Photographer?
Yeah, him. But it's like they find these tweets of these dudes being like, we can't, like, this dude is the best tackler. And then the same person's like, the only reason he has tackles is because they ran at him because he sucks so bad. Like, see ya.
At what point are people going to stop saying LSU doesn't have money?
No shit.
Like,
I'm done.
You can't afford this guy. It's like, well, have you been paying attention?
We paid for 37 U-Haul trucks to sit outside Brian Kelly's house.
I was going to say, the first sign of that was us being like, we're firing him and paying the next coach, and we're getting like that's
we pay literally like every fucking coach the most at their position in the fucking country.
And then it's like, okay, that is a lot of money. And then you get and then it's like, okay, there's no, you're gonna get Seton, you're gonna pay up for anybody. Now, is it all within compliance? Yet to be
Shout out to Lane for old boy being like, what can the local businesses do to help LSU football? And it's like, fucking give me money.
Yeah. Not me.
No, not for coaches. Not for coaches. Don't forget
about the number one player in high school, Lamar Brown, on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
Really big getting Gabe Relaford back. Shanklin's back. Coppins is back. Dylan Carpenter saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm part of this. Interesting.
Leadership.
Jaylen Brown is the South Carolina transfer.
GPA booster.
And then so far, the biggest signee at edge is going to be Jordan Ross, the former 5-star that went to Tennessee. Got a defensive end there. I think we're going to pull the Prince kid from Ole Miss. Could be interesting. They're blocking the paperwork.
That's what I was about to ask. Let's talk through this with both him and Seton.
Clue.
The word was that today's the last day to enroll at LSU. I mean, is that like
you enroll at your final 3 places and then unenroll? I guess you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. But today it's
maybe you can.
Moscona kept saying today's the final day. Like, blah, they're gonna, whatever. And it's like
but they have 48 hours after the announcement of entering the portal.
I'm pretty sure if we got all this money, we can pull a few strings for these kids.
I mean, Cookie was like hanging out with the fucking governor yesterday. So I think
speaking of also. Is that really the selling point for Seton to be like, you brought me to Governor Landry's house?
No, I think
these steak dinners like in the Capitol.
I think this is Chris Kiffin's selling point to be like, okay, fine, you can pluck us out of Oxford and pull my kid out of school.
Oh yeah, but Grant was talking about Seton. I know. Like, this is great.
No, I'm saying like, was that how we got Seton? Is that how we're going to get Seton? To be like, look, the icing on the cake for Seton, we're going to put you in a limousine, escort you to the governor's mansion, and you're going to meet Jeff Landry, the most
And he's going to write off some stock or some land in Louisiana that he's going to donate to you and your family, where data centers are about to be mined, and you can
Rabel.
I don't know. Who knows what kind of deals are being made right now with the entire state
equity
pulling the rope in the right direction. I do believe there is an equity component to this third party NIL shit.
With Raising Cane's?
Canes. Meta.
Maui billionaires.
Thanks, Gerald. That is Gerald, right? G Moose?
Yeah.
I know, but he's had a different name before.
They have till Thursday because they need 48 hours to process the decision of releasing the paperwork after the decision, which would buy them another 48 hours of
That's what I'm saying. It's more of an LSU compliance is what the question is.
NCAA
what I'm saying is
LSU sanction us.
No, what I'm saying is LSU has an actual requirement that if you were going to go to school, today was the last day to enroll. Now, maybe
you asking would they make an exception?
Yeah, like does the 48-hour make the exception, or does Jeff Landry
part of
make
the
exception?
That's part of the rule. This is like the school has to do that.
I agree. So what I'm saying is, do they still get till Thursday now because Jeff Landry says so?
No,
or because of the portal request?
Yeah, why don't you check Twitter while we're here? I'm sure someone in the chat would have hit us up if something actually happened.
I've been updating.
Ole Miss. Whit Weeks coming back.
Is it JT or TJ
Leading
or JD?
Tackler? TJ Daughtery.
What was his original name?
Forgot.
We don't dead
at
name
LSU.
on this
He's
show.
Daughtery.
Yeah. We would never dead name on this show. Thank you very much, Greg,
but we kept our depth. We kept the guys.
I had no idea Key was like a top tackler. Did you see that? It was like the 1, 2, and 3 like SEC tackler.
Weeks was hurt all season.
Well, like and again, I get it. Like Weeks obviously being up there, but when I was like third, what? And it was like Art Keys. I was like, holy shit! I didn't really cross my mind.
Yeah, just couldn't cover.
That was a problem.
Singleton, Ross, Breaker, Little Weeks, Moses, and then Daughtery. That's a room that's ready to go now and ready to be developed for the future.
That's the thing. I'm not worried. The defense is essentially like, it's like when your company gets bought and they completely wipe out sales, but like engineering's still there. It's like the pieces on the defense are all kind of still just there. You got Pickett, you got Raymond, you got Blake Baker, obviously, you got Peoples.
But then all of a sudden, at safety,
Delane.
You have a new Delane. You add Fahim Delane. You add Ty Benefield as two ball and safeties that will come in and play. You retain Spears. You retained Cooley. You're developing Jim Coyley. You're developing Jace Thomas. You signed Aiden Hall. You signed Isaiah Washington. There's a couple more guys here, but that's the gist of it. And that is a safety room we haven't been able to see in a long time, depth-wise.
Yeah.
Halsey was great. Cooley played very well for most of the season, most of the time. This depth from top to bottom, though, are dudes, right? I think you're going to see, like we talked about, that star position now be more safety-driven and less linebacker-driven because of the depth that you have at safety. And you're going to see more of that than a nickel corner.
Yes.
You'll see more of a rotating safety that can also play the box but has excellent coverage skills like Ty Benefield, Fahim Delane, Cooley, Spears, etc. You can rotate those guys different spots.
I'm just really going to need to see Woodland. And you kept Jackson. I don't know if you mentioned Jackson.
I'm not at corners yet.
Yeah, we're just safeties. Jumping the gun.
Safeties. Okay, we'll forget what I was going to say.
Well, you have two guys that are established: DJ Pickett, PJ Woodland, DJ PJ. You've got the guys locked down on the sides. If you can play more safeties, you don't need to worry about who that third guy is. If you do, though, and when you do, it's inevitable. Shaquem Jackson, the former stud that signed with Florida, that transferred last year, that played a little bit last season. I think he ended up with an injury at some point. Another round of development. They say he's gotten even better. He could be a guy that competes. You've got Aiden Anding. Michael Turner is a guy they still see potential in. And then you've got young guys, Haven Finney, Desarian Ellis, and Amari Peterson. I think of all positions, the DB room, Corey Raymond feels more comfortable being able to play freshman if needed. I was a little weary of this. Are we not going to get some type of corner in the portal? But we did do pretty well with the freshmen. And then we've got two guys that are not going to get off the field.
Yep.
Like Pickett and Woodland are your guys. So everyone else below them is depth at this point. So I think you're going to have competition. Yeah. That's your roster. I didn't go through the special teams, but like that's.
No, we don't need to.
That's
a different pod entirely. We did, obviously you went through linebackers, like shout out to Whit Weeks. Again, if you go listen to the Lane Kiffin like breakfast talk this morning, he kind of talked about how Weeks could have easily gone to the pros and maybe had people pushing him to go to the pros. I love that Grant's just full screen on himself in the video right now. He didn't want us to see
what
that.
Happened?
Yeah.
Wait, how did that
happen? Show, pal.
No, something happened.
We're just living it.
Are the cameras not working? Either way,
no, they're working.
We're fine. It's right on you, buddy.
I'm glad I checked it.
But like Whit Weeks is a guy who like didn't want to go out with LSU being like fired coach and no one showing up to the games and losing a bowl game to Houston. Like he didn't want to leave, even as not like he could be from Georgia. Like that dude, LSU fan favorite forever. But it's just like, I don't know, cool to see a guy that like in the era of portals and everyone transferring to 3-4 different schools. Like, and Lane mentioned it. It's like you just don't see that a ton anymore. And a guy that like wants to be a leader, wants to bring this team to a playoff, like, you know.
Earlier this morning,
Lane
Kiffin followed Seton back to DC.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I saw some flight tracker info.
Yeah, he posted.
He posted the actual picture of it.
That's wild, man. He's a dedicated son of a bitch, and I love it. 99.8% projection for Seton to LSU on 3.
Here's the thing: we're spending all this money for him, and then like take a PJ to go. Like it's like,
what are you putting on the screen right now? A debridement?
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Mr. Pimple Popper?
I don't
know.
Whoa!
Can we put our cameras on instead of just?
I don't know what it is.
How's the chat? I can't read the chat from this far away. My contacts.
Chat. How long was it just on me? That was weird.
Bro, glad I checked. Bro, never knew.
Glad I checked.
Chat.
Anything else?
I was just saying, I just need to see PJ Woodland and Pickett need to like.
Oh, they have to prove it to you.
They need no. They don't have to prove anything. I'm just saying, like, Delane chopped the field in half last year. I'm not saying the other two didn't, but now
the pressure.
Woodland gets a little handsy. Like, there's no doubt about that. He likes to get his hands on the boys.
They both proved to me this year that they can play. 30 seconds. Okay, that's good. Thanks. But I need to see a
way less time.
I need to see way less time to throw.
Yeah.
I just need to see just give me what's next. You know,
are we going to
now lock down both sides of the field? Or are we going to do this thing where we're rotating all these corners?
I think that's the plan.
Are they going to take that? Are they going to sophomore slump it?
They're not moving. They're not.
No, I know they're not moving. I'm just saying I need them to do it.
That's why they're not going to the portal right now and loading up.
I think that's the most important thing for this team is for those two guys to to take a step up.
I know this sounds crazy, but I'm so excited for us to like go through a spring and fall camp where media is like not available, not there at all.
It's going to be all rumors.
Yes, it's just going to be like, I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard. Like that's I'm excited because the buildup, the next, I don't know, 9 months, 8 months, whatever it is going to be excruciating to get to that Clemson game. And I think it's just going to be a like full on, here we go. I'm not sure Clemson's going to be, it's like, I'm not sure where Clemson's at a program. So it could end up being like, oh shit, or like this false sense of excitement when we like just dominate and the crowd's going crazy. And I don't know. We're so ready for the Lane Kiffin era like begin.
This is amazing. It's off to an incredibly hot start. I'm sure we have a couple more guys to sign. Lane put out there that this is the best day so far.
And has anything happened?
Nothing's happened. So
blindside day.
We still think there's more fireworks going to happen. So we'll see what happens. And we'll be here every step of the way. Thanks for following us. Thanks for listening. Till next time, over and out.
from your storefront cemetery. Hear me hailing from inside and realize I am the conscience clear. You pain or ecstasy. You are all we might be. Upon the same flesh, staring at the sun. Oh, my voice now, savoring now, staying in the sea. Oh, I'm all there, and then